King. Look what I can do. YouTube. Okay. Yard. Dang it. I'm gonna get it, King. I swear I'm gonna get it. It's gonna give me a little time, man. Give me a little time. Let's start over. YouTube. Glow Yard. MFFLs, what's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Good morning to you, one and all. We apologize for our lateness, but we are here. It is your boys from We Talk Mavs right here on Glow Mavs Production. Listen, man, it is the guy that can't get it right. It is your boy, Real. And joining me is the man that's constantly coaching me up in life. And that's my boy, King. What's up, man?
Nothing much, brother. Let me make sure I get mine right then. If you guys are not watching our beautiful faces on YouTube right now, please check us out on all your favorite streaming platforms. That includes Spotify, Apple, Anchor, Amazon as well. Just give us a check out over there. And also, if you could, we pray, you can help us out with donations on that side of the ball as well. We do have our donation tab set up, and we love you guys to help us out. Appreciate it, go, y'all.
I think that I might have talked to Daryl about the tab because I didn't see it on there when I was listening to our podcast, but we'll get that squared away. But anyway, yeah, like King said, guys, if you aren't able to watch us, so you're at work, you can't watch YouTube, you can always listen to us, guys, on various podcast streaming services. If you guys are brand new to the channel, you enjoy Mav content as much as we do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys, for more Mav content. And also, if you're enjoying yourself here on this channel, go ahead and hit that like button, guys. That'll help us out a lot. That'll help us build up our algorithm. That'll help us reach more Mav fans just like you join the Glow Yard gang. Can I say Glow Yard gang?
That works.
Is that? Okay, Glow Yard gang. All right. Or Glow Yard family or whatever. Either way, you're joining the Glow, whatever the Glow is.
There you go. There you
got that show enough thing going. You got that Bruce Leroy thing going. We all good. Yes. All right, guys. So today we got I know news has been kind of slow, guys. I know it's not as eventful as it was during the season and earlier in the off season, but the show must go on. So if you guys seen the thumbnail, guys, there's a rumor that's been around surrounding the Dallas Mavericks and Bertans. And we're going to talk about the latest Colin Sexton news that could affect the Mavericks. We don't know, so we'll talk about that here too. All right, King, you ready to get into it, man?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, let's go ahead and get into this first one. So this first one is a rumor that's kind of going around. I've heard about this for the last couple of days now. It just kind of caught back up with me today. So there's a rumor that Dallas and the Miami Heat could be making a trade with each other here, and here's the trade how it would be.
I can't keep frozen. What you think about that, right? He's still there? Uh-oh.
Oh, man, are you serious? I clicked the button.
There you go.
All right, anyway. Yeah, I clicked the button. I don't know why I was just acting up. But so let me get your opinion on this first, bro. What do you think about this trade? You got these two straight up.
I mean, if it was
no
straight, chase. Absolutely. That's a no-brainer. So to me, this is like the Russell Westbrook, John Wall trade, but even different because I think Duncan Robinson is actually a better player than Davis Bertans. Excuse me. I don't think Miami does that straight up, though. But if they do, then Nico handle your business. That's ridiculous. But, yeah, I don't think they would, but I'd absolutely do that straight up, bro, just to answer your question.
The only thing is Duncan Robinson has an extra year compared to Bertans.
I still think
Duncan Robinson does ask. Yeah. I think he's more of a consistent shooter. To be frank with you, man, if you actually been going on Heat Twitter, if you look at this report here, they ready to get rid of Duncan Robinson just as much as we ready to get rid of Bertans, which is crazy. So they have their own version of Bertans over there in Duncan Robinson. I guess it's more like another man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
So
But then I think about the age,
that
right?
would definitely add shooting.
Yeah. But the
Yeah,
age.
he is younger.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are defensive liability, which is why Duncan Robinson, along with his inconsistency in his shot, like Bertans, he didn't play defense. And you know how culture is strictly on tough nose defense. You know what I'm saying? That's the table. So,
Look, can I throw one more thing, bro?
um,
Can I throw one more thing
yeah,
real
go
quick?
ahead.
Um, Duncan Robinson. So my thing with if we did this trade straight up, I think Duncan Robinson would be a regular rotational player in the regular season. Like Davis Bertans is still a guy
Yeah, he
where you
would.
decide if you play him. You see what I'm saying? But Duncan Robinson, I feel like would play basically every regular season game. So I think Duncan Robinson is better than
I,
Davis. I think Duncan
I
Robinson's a
think
better
that is
shooter.
too because yeah, no, I do too. I think the reason why that is too is because Bertans is playing in a position now that we just added two more guys to.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be getting the majority of the minutes, along with maybe a couple other guys. We don't know what the situation is going to be with Dwight Powell, but
Yeah.
two other guys who are going to play over you too. So now you got four guys in your position. So yeah, you're right. You had a
Bro,
better chance of Duncan Robinson playing
I
than
think
Bertans.
I think Duncan Robinson can play three positions for us. I think between the two to
What
the
power forward?
four, from the four to the two, I think Duncan Robinson can play for us. Yep.
I
Just
don't know
being
about
a
putting him
guy
at the
that
four.
runs
I'm
around and just
consistently
does
playing
it.
like a 2 or 3.
Hey, what I'm saying to you is that Davis Bertans can't play the four. So if Duncan Robinson can do what Davis Bertans was doing, play him as an extended stretch four. If you want to play a small lineup, I think he can do that. I don't see why not.
I think Bertans is going to be the most expensive guy that does not play on our team
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
come
Davis
season, bro.
Bertans,
Because I don't see where his minutes going to be at. To be honest
he's
with you, because
he's a
like I said, I
four.
just we got Christian Wood, you got JaVale McGee already, and then you got Maxi Kleber and what's the boy name, Dwight Powell
Yeah.
ahead of him. So that's going to be interesting, man.
Well, I really don't think Dwight Powell's going to be at the beginning of the season. I really do not. I swear, I'm standing by that. So I think he get minutes based off of that if
Listen to
Dwight
me.
Powell was gone. But I
Oh, you
think
saying you don't think Dwight Powell going to be here?
no, I don't think Dwight Powell's going to be here still. Like we got to get rid of Dwight Powell's contract. It's foolish to hold on to it unless they're just I guess going to let it ride out and then give him like a minimum contract next year or something like that and let him stay with the team. If that's the plan, I hope not. But I just think Duncan Robinson can play anything better than Davis Bertans. Like I think if you put him at the four, he can play the four better than Davis Bertans. I think you put him at anywhere else and ask him to do anything. I think he's better ball handler than Davis Bertans. Davis might be a little more athletic than Duncan Robinson, but I still think Duncan Robinson's a better NBA player just in general than Davis Bertans. Duncan Robinson also has some type of like relationship with Luka and all. He had him on the show and all, so I think that would work. I just think he'd have fun playing with Luka Doncic from the interactions I've seen them have with each other and all that type of thing. I think it'd be fun.
Because in Miami, you're setting Duncan Robinson up the same way Lucas set people up.
Yeah.
Exactly. You said it there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's exactly the same thing.
Anything else you want to?
Nah,
Yeah.
I just think
I was
Duncan.
gonna say anything else you want to add?
Davis Bertans to me, he shoots. I told you wild ways. Like he sometimes doesn't set himself. He thinks he's a better shooter than he is, and he can be a great shooter, but he wants to do some ridiculous stuff like Steph Curry type moves and all. I don't think Duncan Robinson does that as much. Like I think Duncan Robinson reminds me more of like a Kyle Korver type guy, a guy that knows his role, that can move, just get him the ball. If he's wide open in the corner, I think he knocks it down. Like I think that's what Duncan Robinson is, and I think Duncan Robinson will be basically what we wanted Davis Bertans to be, if that makes sense.
No, I agree. Anything else you want to add to it?
Nah, that's basically it. Come on, Miami, please.
Exactly. Some more news came out here. If I can get my screen to stop acting up here. There you go. Come on. So we got some other news that came out here, man. So we already talked about this player. I know a lot of Mavs fans want him on the team, and that's this guy right here, King. one Colin Jerome Sexton. I don't know his middle name. I just made that up. So it's rumored. This is kind of what I was telling you about in the last video. Colin Sexton is considered more likely to take the qualifying offer than that 3-year, $40 million offer. So this is what I was trying to tell you on the last video. The way this works is if the only way to go into unrestricted agency is two ways. Either he takes the qualifying offer for 1 year and then go into free agency next year, or they just renounce his restriction. Yes. And so since it doesn't look like they're going to renounce his restriction, he can go ahead and take the qualifying offer and be on the team for 1 year for that $7.5 million or whatever. And so either way, well, if you go that way, you're definitely banking on yourself because like you said, 3 out of 40, that's a little over 13. He feels like he's 20 plus because of what he's been doing for his team. You know what I'm saying? He can put buckets up and all that stuff. But a lot of people kind of look at him, like you said before, a lot of people look at him as like a 6-man. So, you know, they can't really come to a middle ground or anything.
Yeah, so he has to. It says considered more than likely to take the qualifying offer. He has to. You feel me? Like you said, he's not a free agent. So what I was saying in the other show is that if he says he wants to do that, that probably means he'd take the minimum as well because he doesn't want to play for Cleveland. So this shows basically he doesn't want to play for Cleveland. That's what I'm basically saying right here. Like I'm going to take what I can, give me what I can get because I want to make more money. Get me somewhere else if you can or whatever it can be because I don't want to sign that contract because I think I'm better than that. And we all know, like we talked about in the last show, that Cleveland does not. They don't have the spot for him anymore. Like that's Darius Garland's spot, and I don't think they want to take away from Darius Garland's development. They want to increase it because they believe Darius Garland could be a top 5 point guard in the NBA at some point. He possibly could. Darius Garland is pretty good, I think, actually. But yeah, like I said, either way, if he considers the move and he actually takes the qualifying offer, does that work the same way with having to wait 6 months, or is he just still under that one contract still and just can get traded, or do they have to wait 6 months?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's 6 months because I think most times it's until like December, like halfway through December or something like that. So
okay,
yeah, on a lot of those contracts,
which means we had to wait.
But yeah, I'm with you. Like because, like we said, 2+ they drafted old boy from Kansas. We were talking about.
Yep.
That guard. Remember we talking about he was a senior and he got drafted that high. Like that boy, nice. You know, shout out to Jay. He was kind of telling us about like he might get drafted pretty high. And I was like, nah, I don't know if he can draft that high. He ended up going in the lottery.
I don't know how can the Mavs get him then? Like, so my question is, why was he even in conversations then? Like, how can the Mavericks get him? Because if you're saying that the Cleveland will not,
the same reason why folks like Zach LaVine were in conversation with us. It wasn't because of them; it was because of us.
But Zach LaVine was a free agent. What I'm saying is that you said basically Colin Sexton had no opportunity to be a free agent
too.
You say what?
Well, no. He's a free agent too. It's just that those guys were restricted free agents. Like what's his name was a restricted free agent too.
Zach was unrestricted.
No, he was restricted.
You sure? No, I think Zach LaVine was an unrestricted free agent, bro. I think he was able to go any way he wanted to.
No, because remember that was why those people were saying that it was going to be hard for us to do a sign and trade for him.
It's because
he was a restricted free agent.
No, it's because we couldn't have the money. I could have sworn, bro. We can let the glow yard say it, but I think Zach LaVine was unrestricted. Colin Sexton is restricted.
I think he's restricted, bro.
Bro, this is his third contract. Why would he wouldn't be restricted anymore? This ain't Zach LaVine rookie contract over. He got that done with contract. This is third contract. It's the third one. Remember, he was in Minnesota.
This one right here is his third contract.
Yeah, well, he would be unrestricted. He's what I'm saying. Third one, you unrestricted. Second one, you restricted. That's not his rookie contract.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was on his second contract.
I know what I'm saying.
He was on his second contract.
It was the end of it. Like, so Luka's going to, this is his second contract. At the end of this contract, he's an unrestricted free agent. He's not a restricted free agent, what I'm saying to you.
Oh, okay.
Zach LaVine was an unrestricted free agent after his second contract. So this was his first for Colin, the same first like it was for what's his name, DeAndre Ayton. So they're restricted free agents. The same thing it should have been for Jalen Brunson, but the Mavericks screwed that up and made some type of weird contract and didn't make him a restricted free agent. So that it seemed like basically he can't become a free agent unless they renounce him. If he signs back with them with the qualifying offer, they still can't trade him until in the season, as you said. And then if he takes the 3-year deal, they can't trade him until in the season. So he basically can't be traded. Then I feel like unless he can be traded right away if he takes that qualifying offer, but it doesn't sound like it. So it sounds like we have to wait for Colin Sexton either way, or any team basically we have to wait for him.
You willing to wait?
I guess. I mean, I'm not really willing to wait, but if the problems creep up as I think they're going to creep up, then we may have to wait and see. But the thing is that say he comes out the gate, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, this is a weird situation for me because Colin Sexton, I don't feel like he's going to get the opportunity to really shine in Cleveland as much. So I don't think it's going to increase his value.
He's not going to shine, and that's going to take away from his value, huh?
Yeah. So I don't think he wants his value to, like, this is the reason he's taking the qualifying offer, because he wants to bet on himself. But how can you bet on yourself in a situation where you set to lose? So I don't know how this works. It's some hardball stuff going on, because if this is the case, Colin Sexton would have already been signed. I feel like it's been, you're sitting there with your same team. Zach LaVine been signed, like all these guys. Damian Lillard and just got an extension. Like, I don't know what's going on with Colin Sexton, but I definitely want him though. They're playing hardball. I feel like it. They know teams want him, though they have an asset. I feel like even with an injury, just a guy that guys think can put up buckets. He scores 20 points a game. So they're doing what they can do. Cleveland Cavaliers are smart. They're playing smart ball this time. We don't say that a lot about Cleveland, the Cavaliers, but they are right now. So I don't know, but I definitely like them, especially in that 1 year. If we can get him for a qualifying 1 year off of an injury, him and Christian Wood on prove it years, absolutely. Like I'm with that for right now with the team we have.
So you had to call it right now. And somebody said, King, you better bet your house on this. Is Colin Sexton on the Cavaliers day one?
I'm not betting my house on. I couldn't bet my house on that. I don't know.
King, you got to bet. Put the house in there, man.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not betting my house. Then I'm not. If he doesn't play on the team, then I just take that out and say I didn't take that bet. But I couldn't bet my house on that one. Now I might bet my house that he wouldn't.
No, you think
he's not going to end the year on the team?
Yeah, I don't think that's.
He doesn't end the year on the team, so I would bet my house on that one.
Yeah, I don't think he'll end with the team either. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know why they want just if you don't, well, it's still you still got it's about to be August, so you pretty much got like a month, I guess. Yeah. Maybe a little some change, a month and some change or whatever before training camp starts. Training starts at the end of September, so you got almost 2 months left. Like, if you haven't found anything by now, and he's not taking that offer that you put on the table, just go ahead and renounce his rights, bro. Let him be a free agent. And then on top of that, they held him for too long. Everybody's cap is already pretty much used.
Yeah, we're gonna have to sign and trade him, bro. He's gonna have to be the last piece. And the thing is, he's coming off of an injury. I'm scared. I hate doing that, man. I hate giving guys money before they played for you off of an injury. I hate doing that.
Which is why I would rather have him sign that qualifying offer.
But then we can't trade for him. You see what I'm saying? We gotta wait. We gotta wait, like you said.
I mean, we can. We're going to have to wait.
Yeah,
we're going to have to wait.
But then his value might go down. We may look at him and be like, "Well, we don't need him and we don't really know if he really is good or not." Like, it's so.
Hey,
much.
Wouldn't you want to risk it for 7.5?
But say he's
7.5.
Yeah, that's true. It's just.
It ain't like he signed a $20 million contract. He signed a 7.5.
I think so
your boy Powell.
Yeah, you're right. I think so much is out the box, though, man. Like, I think somebody else might show up at that point, and I guess
I know
for a better reason.
You've been hurt by KP. I know.
And
signed him to that 85-year contract when he had that knees and ankles and baby toes were gone.
How much do you think he wants?
I understand.
How much do you think would he take? Like, I know you said we obviously saying we know he wants 20. We know he wants 20, but my thing is with him having this season right now, right?
20 to 20, what he want?
How much do you think he'd take from another team, though, is what I'm saying? Like, how much, if a team says, we'll give you this for a contract right now to get you out of Cleveland with a role, how much do you think it'll take him? Do you think 15 times 3? You think 45?
I'm going to say 15. Yeah.
40. So you think 45 million?
I'm going to say 15.
If the Mavericks traded him for a $45 million deal, he'll take it.
It's got to be 3 years too.
3 years, $45 million. Yeah. Do you think you think that'd be what take him? He'll say yeah.
Yes.
Would you do that? Would you give him $15 million a year for an experiment?
I would. I would. That's a big cut for him, though.
Bro, I'd do it.
Looking at at least 20 a year. He was looking at JB money.
I'm gonna give it to you like this, bro. I'm gonna give you the
like 22 a year. What are you kind of looking at?
I'm gonna give you the exact contract that I'll give to Colin Sexton. I'll give him the 3 years, $45 million, but the last year has to be a team option. It has to be TO on the last one. If I can get 3, 45 TO, which means we can choose to keep him or not. It's only 2 years basically.
And then don't make the last year guaranteed.
That's basically the same thing. That's a team option.
Why are you doing a team option?
It's the same thing. It's not a player option. Player options mean he get to choose.
No, but I'm asking, but why are you doing a team? Why are you going to team option route instead of the player option?
Because player option mean he.
You don't trust his legs that much?
No, hold up. You never as a team want a player option. You want the contract to have a team option, not a player option. If he gets a player option, then say.
But you don't.
Hold up. Listen. If he's a player option right now is Russell Westbrook. If the Lakers had a team option, they could have let him go. They could have said this contract you cannot come into your contract. They could have told Russell Westbrook, no, this year you cannot opt into it. You're a free agent. But because he has a player option, he gets to
but you don't hear a lot of player options on contracts a lot though. Like players of caliber Russell don't take player options.
They don't take. Which means
I'm sorry, team options. Team options.
He's not a player of Russell Westbrook's
you don't hear team options a lot.
He's not a player of Russell Westbrook caliber. That's what I'm saying to you. He's coming off of injury. So you give him 2 years. I mean, 3 years.
No, and that's what I'm asking. Is that why you're saying team option?
Yes, that's why I'm saying team option.
Because of the injury?
Because of his injury.
Okay, that's why I was wondering.
I don't want him to be.
I was saying because you don't hear team options a lot like that. That's why I was wondering why you saying team option. So you saying pretty much.
I don't want him locked in.
He because of it. You don't trust injury much,
bro. No, I don't.
He don't have a history of getting injured like that.
Guess what? How many years was this now? He been in this league that he had a good one. This is what, third year?
4?
That was his 3rd year, right? That he had one already. So
that was his 4th year.
That was This Luke is what, 5th year we coming up or 4th year? It's 5th year, right?
Yeah, this is gonna be his 5th year.
Okay, then yeah,
it's gonna be Colin's 5th year.
That was his 4th year then. So yeah, he went 4 years and got one. Yeah, I'm already on that trend.
Jesus.
Russell Westbrook got his one when he tears meniscus. It was in the second time, wasn't it? His second contract. This is before his first contract was over. He tore.
Yeah, that was the second contract. So that's when Patrick Beverly rolled up on his leg.
And Colin Sexton's never been an All-Star before. Yep. I'm absolutely going to protect myself. Wouldn't you? You would love if KP had a team option, wouldn't you?
No, I would have loved if KP had to do qualifying off of.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. That protects
means you won't qualify, sir.
I'm not giving. If Colin Sexton wants 15, nobody's going to give him 15. His own team isn't going to give him 15. If we're going to give him 15, we have to protect ourselves. We should have some type of team option in the 3rd year. So it's like, all right, bro, you know, we if you can play and you prove to what you are, you get your 15 each year. We can give you the extension the 3rd year, whatever it is, after the 3rd year. But if you don't, then we gave you $30 million basically for 2 years. But that 3rd year is a team option. So he's basically a tradable contract next year if we give him a team option. If he doesn't, live up to his contract. I'm down with it.
Like, I don't want like 22.
I know, but I'm saying
if you, I don't know if teams are willing to trade for 20 because that's he was traded already.
That's what I'm saying.
I think other teams are looking for that same number that Cleveland is trying to give him.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you how much more do you think a team has to give to him to get his attention?
I say 15.
You said 50, which means that's 45. 3 for 45 with the 3rd year being a team option. He still gets the 3 years. Are you? So it sounds like you're going back.
So
do you believe he's going to perform?
No, I just said I'm saying it.
Okay, I'm going to say if you believe he's going to perform, then
it's going to be a high risk, low reward if you give him 15.
Yeah, you give him 15 for 3 years with the 3rd year being a team option. If he performs, then that 3rd year is awesome. You like, man, he gets the 3rd year for $15 million. if he underperforms, then you like I can let him go on that third year. I could trade him next year where he's a 1-year contract because the team has the option to get rid of him in the third year. I do that. That's all I'm saying. If it was just 2 years I had to worry about him, I'd do that. With the third year being an option, I'd do it. Off of a knee injury, like we're saying, a guy that hasn't played a game off of a major injury that took him out the whole year. That's a lot of money to give to a guy. That's why Cleveland not giving him the money. That's if he's that good, like his own team would give him $15 million a year, man. If you put him 20 a game,
yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. I think that's about it, King. Let's go ahead and get into the questions and comments, man. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know how this works. New to the channel, go ahead and us with the WTM if you guys have a question or a comment for us, guys, so that way we'll know you're talking to us and you're not talking to one of your fellow Glow Yard members. And King, you ready, man? We're getting into it.
Let's do it.
Oh, I think you muted.
No, you can't hear me?
King.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I got you. All right. You just went real low with it. All right, here we go, bro. Mouse says playing handball in the Glow Yard. Yeah, King do that every day in the Glow Yard.
Hey, man, stop.
Said Jay says, so we trade a 3-point specialist that can't shoot for a 3-point specialist that can't shoot on a longer contract. Yeah. Which remember what I was saying, Jay. The way we feel about Bertans is the way the Heat fans feel right now about Duncan Robinson. Man. The only difference is, like you just said, and I said this too. I said he has a longer contract. Bertans had 3 years left. Duncan had 2 years left, and so it's just gonna be like what you think you can get out that player. Because I bet you the Heat fan probably thinking like, oh, he's bigger, he can play the 4. With us, like, oh, we got another guy who can play the wing position or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to depend on, what each of those teams are going to want out of those players and what they think they can get out of those players. But, yeah, you're right. It's pretty much what I said. You just summed up what I just pretty much said.
Yeah, I don't think so my thing is that I don't think Bertans is getting any better. I think he's basically what he is right now, like this guy for the rest of his career. I think Duncan Robinson can be better on a different team. But more spacing and all. Like Miami isn't great with spacing as well either. Like I think you get Duncan Robinson on a different team. I think Duncan Robinson would excel over here. I think again, this is the Mavs fans being burnt by something, so we sit and not think about the complete story. I think Duncan Robinson is a better player than Davis Bertans. I thought before the Mavericks had Davis Bertans, I thought Duncan Robinson was a better player than Davis Bertans. I still think Duncan Robinson is a better player than Davis Bertans.
You already got your jersey pre-ordered, so I know.
Nah, I ain't going that far. But I do think he could be a quality piece.
Tyson said Bertans only guaranteed $5 million in 24-25 can be full 16 if he plays 75% of the games in 23 and 24.
Yeah. It's only $5 million guaranteed. That's why I was saying before when they first got traded that their contracts aren't fully guaranteed at the end.
Dallas might try to.
Let me ask you this, bro. Let me ask you this: is Bertans' role needed?
Nah.
So you don't.
To be honest with you, like whenever you hear our depth lineup and all that stuff, like who we be rolling out there and rotation and all that, you don't hear Bertans' name.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Bertans' name. All the time you hear them bringing up Bertans' name, they trading them. That's it.
So Bertans is not needed. I'm asking, is his role needed? Is what he's supposed to be good at, would it be needed on his team? If you had
how's he gonna play?
I'm just saying, if you had anybody that's another guy, i.e. like a Bertans, Kyle Korver, anybody, would they have a role on this team? Would you want them to have a role on this team if they actually knocked down shots and did their role? Yes, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so the issue is that you don't trust Davis Bertans. You don't trust me there at the shooting position as far as shooting, right?
Bro, I trust him, okay? I trust him.
I'm telling you, I think Duncan Robinson will knock down basically almost every open shot we give to him. I really believe that.
Yeah, I do think he's a better shooter.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think Duncan Robinson is a shooter. So when he gets those wide open corner threes, where he's just wide open standing there and do your role, I think he's knocking them down consistently. Like Duncan Robinson would have a game where the corner could just be his day, and like, oh, why did you can't leave him right there? I really think Duncan Robinson's a better shooter than Knox Bertans.
That's why I was asking you too. I was like, who on that team getting the same way that Luka sets people up?
You say nobody. It's no one
Jimmy
on
Butler?
that team. Jimmy Butler tries,
You know what I
but
mean? So
it's still not the same as Luka, and they don't have the spacing. He's like usually Duncan Robinson's usually the only spacer on the floor.
Yep. Jay says, you think a player is going to take a player going to take 1.4 over 7.5? Why not just take the higher ace and prove yourself on that? No, I agree, Jay. I think he would take the 7.5.
Jay, I'm gonna tell you why.
You know,
go ahead, bro.
He might in this case. At this point, he might have to.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. They don't renounce his unrestricted free agency.
Jay, I'll tell you why I have the questions of he might do it. I know $6 million is a lot to me. It's probably a lot to Rel and probably a lot to you as well. But to an NBA player, it's probably not too much as far as that at that level. But I also say he may possibly take less money because of the role that he has over here. My fear is that he's going to take that 7.5 and not be able to prove himself as a 15 to $20 million player in Cleveland because of the way they're going to go. So even though he gets 7.5, he's going to set himself up to have a smaller contract that comes after that. If he takes the small amount over here in the Mavs, I think he'll have a role where he'll actually be showcased and actually be like valued next season as far as somebody wanting him. So that's the reason I said, Jay, if he wants to truly bet on himself. I know obviously 7.5 is more than 1.4.
And then Ali says, yeah, Zach was he's right. Zach was unrestricted. Mm-hmm. Hold on, what? Where do you go? Oh, he put WTM, but he had it way down there.
Did he have one up top?
That was.
He said, "What's good? What's up?"
And then, where here we go. Okay. So Jay says, for Colin, we would be offering Cleveland something in order to get him here versus losing him for nothing. He said he would have to match his salary demands and give Cleveland assets that they want. Yes. That's how that would work.
Yes.
Ali also says, I think he would be willing to take 14 to 18 per year. Yeah, I can see. Like I said, I'd go with like 15.
Yeah, that's
go with 15.
That's a second rounder. So obviously we're gonna have to give up Dwight Powell. I mean, we're gonna give Cleveland what they want. They're gonna get an expiring contract in Dwight Powell.
Man, we gotta give it to Dwight Powell. Dang, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but to get something, then they're gonna hurt us. But they'll take that. They'll take somebody else. So that means Dwight Powell is 10 out of the 15. We give up some other $5 million piece, and then probably a second rounder, and that's Colin Sexton.
Listen, if I'm getting somebody back for Dwight Powell, he got to be a community service guy, bro. You got to have them community service rings, bro.
You got Davis Bertans for that now. You got Davis Bertans.
You don't know, bro. You just don't know, man. RC says, "What up, Glow Yard?" Said, "Let's go." Yes, sir, RC. Appreciate you, man. We definitely appreciate
you. Always, RC. I'm gonna start calling RC Rick Carlisle.
Bro, tell me why I saw that. I thought what you said. You saw RC Rick Carlisle. Man, I be out here calling him Rick Carlisle, man. Smito, what's good, man? He says, "Evening, guys from Germany." I keep getting from Germany. He said, "What did I miss? What topic did you talk about?" We just talked about Bertans and we talked about Colin Sexton. It is Smito says this, King.
We can't trade for Sexton.
He said we can't trade for Sexton. Which is why we were talking about if they can renounce his rights, that'd be lovely.
Why can't we trade for him? He's saying we can't, meaning that he doesn't want to.
As far as a signing trade is,
I thought it was that lot
right now, but
it's not the same.
It's why we kind of hoping that they can just undo the. You said what?
It's not that same lock. Like we have to trade double the value or whatever, and then get locked into it.
No, that's why I was saying what we've been talking about. Like any signing trade is gonna hurt us. Like that's why you've been hearing like Dallas, if they do make another move, it's gonna be a straight up trade.
Yeah,
Which
but
sucks. Yeah.
but I thought y'all said if we make a signing trade, it could be our last trade. Like it locks us in there for the year.
Yeah, it's hard cap. I don't know how hard that long hard cap gonna hold.
Oh, it
But
can hold from
it's kind of like I said, it's part of that penalty of teams. It could. It
it can
depends on
hold more
whatever the
than a year.
situation is. But yeah,
Okay, that's what I was writing. It holds more than a
yeah,
year.
this is Smito is playing it right here. Yeah, yeah, because of the hard cap rule. That's why I was saying if we can get him and he signs a qualifying offer. That's why I was asking you last video. Like, if he signs a qualifying offer, when can he be able to be
Yeah,
traded after
that's
signing that qualifying offer?
Smito. Do you know that one? If he signs a qualifying offer, is that still a piece of the current his current contract, meaning he can be traded right away, or does he have to wait out for that qualifying offer? Let us know if you know that Smito off top.
I know you're gonna let us know how long. I don't know if it's December or it's gonna have to be that like January or February or whatever. It depends on what I guess the contracts or whatever.
Yeah.
K Dub, if that K Dub had been down here for a minute. He said we need to do a trade for Jonathan Isaacs, give them Bertans, Powell in a second. You know what? I would not be opposed to that game.
I'm so tired of trading for injured people, though, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I knew you gonna say it.
I know, man. All of our it's horrible. That's a horrible part of Mavs fandom. I feel like I'm part of it too. That we get so excited to grab people's injured players. We've been doing that for like years, man. Like we just keep wanting to get guys injured players because we can never get the guys that's not injured, I guess. So we find a way, like, oh, can we sneak them over here on an injury? Like, I mean, Jonathan Isaac will be cool and all, but giving up Powell, Bertans, the second rounder, like he came off a major injury.
Boy, you talking about KP? He probably up there with KP as far as
major injury. And you saying, well, let's just go grab.
Yeah, no injuries with a couple of S's at the end.
But you know what, Christian? You know what, Christian? I don't know how long.
Said,
hold on, before you go, how long does Jonathan have left on his contract?
I think it's not too much longer. One like a couple years ago.
If he just signed one, then I don't know. But if he got like just a little bit of time left, then I'd still do it just to give him the opportunity and get rid of those guys.
You can remember he was in that 2017 class.
Yeah. Yep. So he just got a contract. You're right. Mm-hmm.
Just got a contract. Yeah, he says Coach Rick Carla in that house. That's King's favorite coach, man. Can't get him hyped up like that. K-Dub says Luka versus Jokic in August. Oh, okay, so they playing in the also they about to play again, start back up.
Yeah, Luka's not done playing basketball overseas until like mid or late September, bro.
September, yeah. K-Dub said maybe Pat Bev and Bogdan for Bertans and Powell in the second round pick. Man, the way Utah is over here finessing people, bro, and they got Danny Ainge, the leader of finessing. But they gonna probably want more than that for them. They gonna probably want 85 picks for both of them.
Yeah, I think
still holding on that they cut Pat Bev.
They know people want. So the Jazz are doing. If they do a wholesale right now, that means they're getting rid of everybody that they know people may want to take on stuff that they want. They don't want Bertans. Like that Bertans piece with a second round, it doesn't do enough. Like they can just let go of Pat Bev, tell you the truth, and then trade for Bogdanovich. Like I get nothing out of that basically, but a second rounder. And I think they can get more than that for Bogdan because they don't want to use the white power. I don't think he's expiring. Yes, that's true. But then Bertans is there for, like you said, 2 years still. And I don't think the Utah Jazz want that.
Here's Smito's answer to that question you asked him. He said you can get traded after 3 months. So it's 3 months. Okay. I knew it was somewhere around there. He said, but Sexton has a no trade clause, so he can decide where he wants to go. I think he'll come to Dallas.
Yeah, I think he'll come to Dallas too. The issue is, are we willing to wait? It's 2 things. Are we willing to wait, 1, and 2, are we okay with getting him with him maybe not being able to show the full potential that he can get?
So yeah, I was right. I said February, right around February. So yeah. So you willing to wait till February?
That's what I'm asking you. If we go for Colin Sexton, are we willing to wait for him and get him, even though we may know that he may not be able to show the best potential on the team that he's currently on? So are you willing to know that he's basically just sitting there rotting to to get him in February, even though he may look like he's trash for the first couple months or whatever. Like that's what I'm saying. He may not get the opportunity to look great, so he may, with us watching him, may not look as well as we want him to look. Are we willing to still make that move then, or we just move on to the next piece?
Hey, something else be available around that time.
That's what I'm saying. By then, if we gotta wait, then something else probably be available.
He says already signed a qualifying offer. That's why he's restricted. Who we talking about? Who we talking about?
I guess he's talking about Colin Sexton. No, he didn't sign a qualifying offer. That's why you are restricted. You got to sign.
Yeah, he didn't sign it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is with the restrictions. Is either they renounce your restriction to make you an unrestricted free agent, or you sign a qualifying offer. It's instead of signing whatever offer they give you within the restriction.
Yeah, it's like street clothes. Street clothes that year when we got him, he would have been a restricted free agent. But Mark Cuban got him over here and told him I just give him the money instead of having him wait another year and see him.
Instead of signing a qualifying offer for like 8.4.
Yep. Which means he wouldn't have Bertans.
Hindsight. Right. True. K-Dub says Isaac is a great defender and Bertans and Powell Powell not doing anything anyway. He said he has 4. He said he has 4 years left on his contract.
Christian Isaac was a great defender. He was a great defender.
Boy, that's taking a chance, taking a gamble.
Hey, Ro, question for you. That guy in street clothes, was he a great defender? Not for the Mavericks. Before the Mavericks. Before the Mavericks, was he a great defender?
No, New York. Oh yeah, he was a monster in New York.
He was a great defender, right? And then what happened? What injury happened?
Them legs.
To his ACL, right?
Now you out here looking like the scarecrow from the Wiz.
Jonathan Isaac, what happened to him? He was a great defender, and what just happened to him? Yeah, 4 years left on his contract. I don't know if I want to just take that on without seeing anything.
Smarto says best case scenario, he resigns in Cleveland for a shorter contract, 60 for 3 years, and a player option, and then he can be traded after the 6th month of February with any team.
Yeah, Cleveland not giving him that though, Smarto.
Oh, without any restrictions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cleveland's not giving him $20 million a year. That's the whole. He'd be there if he.
Yeah, that's on. Yeah, if that was the case, Smarto, he would stay if it did the 60 for 3.
That's what I think he wants.
He won between 20 to 22.
Yeah, I think he'd take 60 for 3, even though it's not the 5-year deal coming off an injury. He'd take 60. Absolutely, he'd take 60 for 3 without being an all-star at all. But I don't think they're going to give it to him.
Exactly. Okay, they're saying I guess you're talking about Isaac's making $17 million a year.
Yeah.
But, if he was healthy and he doing the stuff that he can do, oh yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat. I don't think Orlando would get that up at that time.
And Christian, you might be right, Christian. He might be a beast. What I'm saying is that the way I would operate as a general manager, I need to see it. Like I can't just. We just got burnt with that other guy, like I said, and I don't want to get burnt. Like,
as a matter of fact, he ain't played in like 2 years, huh?
That's what I'm saying. Since the bubble,
ain't he been like 2 years?
Since the bubble,
yeah,
where he got injured.
Remember he got hurt in the bubble.
The one where he didn't kneel, I think the game where he got hurt.
Yeah, that's what it was. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Harold says Mavs is not a destination for free agents because of Mark Cuban's cheap bleep.
When did Mark Cuban become known as being cheap, though?
I don't know.
The
reason why because we're not out here spending. Well, because over the last handful of years, we haven't been getting the top-notch free agents.
But they haven't come. They haven't came. We've been sitting at the table with them allegedly, and they haven't came. So
exactly,
I don't think Mark Cuban's cheap. Like I'm like, when did he become as cheap? Mark Cuban used to go out there and get fined every day.
And because he won't go over the luxury tax, it's like you want him to just go over the luxury tax to validate that he's not cheap.
Bro, Mark Cuban used to come.
Don't you want to be smart about going over the luxury tax? Like Golden State.
These fans must not remember the old Mark Cuban. They used to come out and get fined like almost every game with David Stern. Talking about he's cheap. The reason that the Steve Ballmers and all sit and operate the way they do is because of Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban was that guy that was out there getting fined all the time. That Dirk had to tell him calm down because you were doing too much and all. Like that's why I'm like, when did Mark Cuban become cheap?
No, not even that. We're talking about the same Mark Cuban who's always do these blockbuster trades, the Juwan Howard trades, the Jason Kidd trades, the Nick Van Axel trades. You know what I'm saying? The Antoine Jameson trades, the Antoine Walker trades.
I don't know.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
All
know.
that movement. Those were things that was costing the team at one point for like at least like 5 to almost 10 years. We were never under the cap because of that.
Yeah. I think because
And
of
so
2011.
yeah, for them to say like, he's cheap and like
Bro, I think it's 2011.
and that's what I'm saying.
It's
because
after the team.
Because after 2011, we haven't got any big free agents. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and we're not over the luxury tax. People automatically say, "Oh, he's cheap." It's like that's.
Plus, we let the
teams like Golden State that are over the luxury tax. You say what?
Plus, he let the team go. He let most of the team walk. But that wasn't because he was being cheap. But people, I try to make it now because he was being cheap. But he wasn't being cheap. He was trying to go for a bigger fish. He was actually going for a bigger fish, letting guys go. But I guess that makes him cheap now because people remember that and he didn't keep the team around. So, okay.
Let's see. Kato said we need to at least one trade. We can just keep this. We might end up in the play-ins, guys. I don't know if it's gonna be play-ins, but we could. But I don't think it's play-ins. We do need to make some kind of a good googly moogly trade. Smito says our team is fine for the regular season, like we were fine last year. Where playoff time comes, when playoff time comes, we need a third ball. Amen,
yep.
Smito. We've been preaching that.
Yep. Regular season, we have Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is fine for the regular season. So we should get 50 wins. We have Luka, but I'm worried about the playoffs. You on our wavelength now, Smito.
Smito. So totally fine if we wait before doing a big move the same way we did last season. Yeah,
that's actually a good point, Smito. That's a good point.
So you're saying wait till the trade deadline? Okay.
Yeah.
That way, some players' value could go up.
Bro, Dwight Powell's value is going to be up at the trade.
Hey, remember, that's how we KP. Remember, KP's value went up.
Yeah, but
you know, Dwight hurt Powell's that last little handful of game.
Dwight Powell's value is going to be the absolute highest at that point in the mid-season because he's going to be a half of a year contract remaining.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. K-Dub said, "Did you see what Shaq said about Luka? So how Luka's people got him from the airport and got him a villa to stay?" Yeah. That was a couple weeks ago now.
Yeah, O'Neillovich.
Oh, here he is, your boy, man of the hour, O'Neillovich. Johnny B says, "Glow Yard, what up, man?
What up, Johnny?
What up, Johnny B?
Sorry we were late to the party.
Yeah, Johnny, you late now, man." Dylan says, thought Josh Green was working with KG. In my opinion, he should be working on his shot. Now he's been working on his shot.
Yeah, he look good.
Good shot, Dylan.
But you know how highlights.
Yeah, he got a little hipsy now. A little pull up.
That shot though, that elbow still out though. That elbow still out though, but I mean, he making them. He making them, but that elbow still.
Throwing the ball and shooting like this elbow.
Yeah. But Josh Green definitely. I mean, he out there working. It look good. Highlights are only going to show you highs. Obviously, that's why they call highlights. But I know Johnny B gonna come on here and talk about me and my belief in Josh Green. But I think he's gonna be fine. I think with him knowing the team actually believes in him, something that he didn't know with Rick Carlisle. I think he's gonna keep developing, and I think he'll be fine next year. I think we're gonna see a better Josh Green. I really believe
it. Johnny B said Miami can keep Jimmy Neutron. He said he's a practice cone at big hard pass.
He is. You're right. So you guys are thinking about. So is Bertans. Bertans is a traffic cone. Let's not talk about what they are on equal footing. They're both horrible defenders. Like we're not going to say one's worse than the other because they're both horrible defenders. We know that. Let's talk about what they can do though. And I really think that what's his name it's better at what we thought Bertans was going to do. Duncan Robinson. Like we didn't think Bertans was going to be an awesome defender coming here, even when we got him. We thought he was going to be a guy that can catch and shoot threes, no matter just knock down and have hot games and all. He hasn't given us that yet. So I do think Duncan Robinson will give us that if he plays on the team, though. I think there will be games where Duncan Robinson could possibly get us 30 points. How about that one? I don't think Bertans will ever give us 30.
Smito says, I think Sexton wants a 5-year starting at
He
20
does.
or higher 4 years, or a higher 4-year deal, same as Brunson.
He does, but he's
You
not
know,
going
he
to get it.
might have a point. I didn't think about it like that because if Brunson got that type of money, he think he up there with him. He gonna
Yeah,
probably want that money too. That's a good point, Smito. I didn't think about that.
that's what I'm saying to you, bro. He wants $20 million a year,
That's
but
gonna
I'm
be,
saying
ooh, yeah, that's
Cleveland,
gonna.
but Cleveland's not
This
going to
might not
give
be
that.
resolved, man. Probably till closest.
Cleveland's not
Yeah,
giving him twenty
that's
million
gonna.
dollars a year. First and foremost, as I told you, and secondly, like he's not going to be able to prove that he's a $20 million player beside Darius Garland. So that's why I'm saying, like, how does the situation help? He needs to go to another team. He needs to be on another team if he wants more money.
Yeah. K Dub says, who would you like to see on the Mavs realistic player in trade scenario? I'm not really sure, man.
Pat
Like I
Bev,
said, the only one I think we realistically could get is probably Pat Bev.
Pat Bev, Pat Bev is a big piece right now
So
for the love.
that's pretty
For the one
much
I think
like
we
we can
can
get
go
like a
get.
Pat Bev. I think I feel a whole lot better.
Yeah, we need
You
Pat
can
Bev.
feel 2 holes.
We need Pat Bev.
Yeah.
And I love to see it. I ain't gonna front to you. We'd love to be on Pat Bev's side on them antics right now on the show. After all that talk to switch it
I ain't
around.
thinking about the answer. I'm thinking about the team in general. Like I
Yeah.
said, I saw what he did with Minnesota. He took them to the highest ranking they've been since Garnett left. Since Garnett King, how long Garnett been gone from Minnesota?
Bro. Oh, I
You
know
said
I know this, bro.
1956.
Oh, I know this. I remember we talk NBA where you weren't giving him his credit, and I was telling you what he does. I know. I remember that.
I don't know what show you're talking about, man. I don't really
Oh,
know talk, man.
okay.
Smito says people say he is is he cheap? Probably cheap because he hasn't paid the tax
Yeah,
the luxury tax since the championship. What we said.
but
He
you
said,
can't
but they don't understand. You go after good free agents and
pay the tax.
pay the tax. It's not
Yeah,
possible. Yep.
you pay the tax when you have a team in place. Mavericks
Good
didn't have a team in place for all those years, so that's why they weren't over the tax. They were trying to get another free agent.
Like who's the example I kept giving you?
The white.
Like the Golden State
Oh, you
Warriors.
talking?
They're
Yeah,
paying over the luxury tax.
yes.
And how many
They have,
championships they got to show for that?
because they have their players. They ended up working out in the draft and getting their players.
Exactly.
And bro, you already been saying for the longest time the Mavericks didn't take the draft seriously, so that route didn't work.
Didn't take the draft serious.
The route was to try to get a free agent and to have money for a free agent. That's the reason we don't have money right now for free agents, because we're stuck in luxury tax.
Exactly.
You got to be under the tax to have money for guys. So if he's trying to get the guys, that can't mean he's trying to be cheap. He's trying to get big fish. That's not cheap.
It's just that he had started doing it the right before trying to get these big
Yes.
would have been in the best situation.
He went the wrong way about doing it.
Johnny B says Minnesota. Yeah. Johnny B says Minnesota loaded up for the season, and they just signed Eric Pascal for a 1-year deal. Yeah, I saw that.
Bro, I'm afraid. I told you I'm afraid of Anthony Edwards. And I think Anthony Edwards is going to be a guy that recruits and all as well. I'm afraid of Anthony. I told you. I've been saying that for a while now. I'm afraid of Anthony Edwards. Let Minnesota have a nice year this year.
And what I tell you, I said a guy like Rudy Gobert is not only going to help Cat, he's going to help those guys like Anthony Edwards. So now because remember Anthony Edwards don't kind of have to cover that because his defensive liabilities.
Ant going to be the best.
Like now you're gonna.
Ant going to be an awesome defender now too.
Yeah, and that's why it's kind of like I was telling you with the JaVale McGee with us. Now that you have a guy back there that could clean up some stuff, that may unless your perimeter guys be a little bit more aggressive on the perimeter, bro. That gives them freedom now up there. I ain't got to keep scrambling. I just got all this locked up now. I got a guy back here now.
Ant is
that's why I think that
he's an athletic superstar. So
he's a good defender too. He's a really good defender.
He's going to be a beast. He's going to take a step on both sides of the ball next year. That's why I'm saying I'm afraid of Anthony Edwards, man. Anthony Edwards is nice. He's better than. Hold up, hot take before we go to the next one, bro. Is he better than LaMelo Ball?
Bro, you know it's funny you said that because I saw something on Twitter where that question got posed.
Who's better, LaMelo or Anthony Edwards?
K Dub says I don't know. That's a good question though. That is a good question because he had that. Somebody put a meme of Jordan saying like, "No, LaMelo is better" or something like that or whatever. I was like, man, I mean, he's the number 1 pick. So I mean, K-Dub says I don't know if Luka would be in shape, guys. He on Twitter with a pig drinking. He said people scared. People scared now. He needs to win this MVP this season. No, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's not gonna go cold.
I don't think he also working his way up and getting himself in shape to say, yeah, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and just do some stuff that's gonna make me regress.
Yeah. I didn't think he was gonna go cold turkey anyway, Ro. I mean, he's having a drink right now. LeBron drinks wine.
LeBron drinks wine. That joke built like a Marvel superhero.
He drinks tequila. He drinks all the time. Tell you the truth, my man Bron stay with the shades on.
Matter of fact, LeBron drink a lot of wine.
He stayed with the shades on in public, but that's the secret. I'm sorry, it's only one I'm gonna give away to y'all. But yeah, Bron stayed drinking stogies, all that stuff. So it's not that. It's about just taking better care of your body. I think he's fine. I'm not expecting him to give up all his vices. Jordan give up all his vices. Jordan smoked stogies and drank and all as well. Like it is what they do.
Green could become Thibault, maybe with a shot. Yeah, because Thibault can't shoot for nothing. I hate that too. If he just had if Thibault could be like Bruce Bowen with the shot, he'd be nice because he got the defense. He just need to.
That's what I think Josh Green gonna be. You made a good example right there. I think he'd be a better Bruce Bowen.
Ooh, man, he way more athletic than Bruce Bowen.
That's what I'm saying. The athleticism and the passing and all that stuff. But I think he's gonna be that type of player. Bruce Bowen.
Stop saying his name, bro. He trash, bro.
He not. It's just we hate him because they San Antonio Spurs, but they were those guys for a reason. They were the reasons. They one of the reasons we couldn't get what we wanted to be.
I couldn't stand Bowen. I had respect for him. I just couldn't stand Bruce Bowen.
He was a dirty player. He was dirty, but that's back in the era when dudes did dirty stuff. Jalen Rose put his foot out and all to try to hurt Kobe. Like it is what it is. Guys, it's a different NBA. The same way they.
Bro, I don't. When somebody dropping, bro, somebody dropping 2,000 points on your head, you trying to do that too?
Man, you can't injure that guy. What you mean, man? That's like pushing somebody mid. You trying to start fights out here.
Bro, I'm getting tired of you dropping 100 on me, bro. Let's find something.
That's like pushing me mid, man.
That's what he was doing out there.
That's like Chris Paul.
Spider says Green worked on his mechanics. Now go ahead.
I was just saying that's like Chris Paul. Remember last year in the finals when Giannis caught the lob, Chris Paul pushed him in the air. Luckily, Giannis graved onto the rim. Or he'd have hurt him.
Yeah, Chris Paul dirty too.
Chris Paul is very dirty. Yes.
Yeah, he dirty. Very dirty, bro. Man, he been dirty since college.
Yeah.
Smito says worked on his mechanics. He said they did change his shooting motion in Las Vegas over the last month, and they worked on his ball handling, playmaking. Yes, sir. Said watch out for Green. He could be an X factor. Speaking of Green and X factors, King, shout out to Rolo and the Studio 77, bro. They was out. You didn't listen to they spaces, bro. You would have been in there crying, bro. You would have teared up. He was saying everything you've been saying for the last 800 years about Josh Green.
I said, to tell you,
King at in here. He should be listening to this.
Man, they're gonna give me my credit on all these different shows, man, somewhere about the stuff I be saying. But it's still, I've been watching them though.
Speaking of credit, King.
Oh, this guy. I've been watching.
King, speaking of credit, here's a guy who don't give you your credit.
Elbow out. No, he never.
Hey, here's a guy who don't give you your credit, King. Here he is right here. Johnny B says y'all still on Schroeder. Oh my God, bro. Still on Schroeder. I think he can run a second unit.
You know what, Johnny? Real talk before you go, bro. If push come to shove and that's all we got, I'm not gonna lie. It's not that you got to do what you got to do. So if he's an option, he'd be a cheap option as well. If that's what it takes to fill the second unit, you got to do what you got to do. I wouldn't want him. I'm not a big fan of shooters, but right now he's needed if we can't get anybody else.
Johnny B, you won King over. You didn't win me over.
I mean, if we go into, would you rather go? You would go in the team with the team as it is right now into the season than just adding Schroeder for like a minimum on the bench?
It's
a minimum. I'm saying we don't have to trade for him in like no ridiculous anything. Like he's on the market right now. So if he doesn't work, he has to do his role. Or if he doesn't work, then just you don't get any minutes, so you get cut.
Yeah. Kata says I'm sure Pat Bev wants to be here, and Luka might not like that. No, Pat Bev and Luka are cool, man.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think they don't.
All the antics y'all see on the court and stuff, that's just on the court. They like each other, man. He talked about, matter of fact, Luka's even talked about Pat Bev before. He likes Pat Bev, and Pat Bev talked about Luka all the time.
They respect each other.
If
They
Pat Bev
respect
didn't
each
like
other.
him, he'd be on ESPN like he was talking about Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna tell you how he feels. So he loved Luka. He been loving Luka Price since he got in the league.
Pat Bev has literally said out his mouth these two things: Luka Doncic is the hardest person for him to cover, and then Luka Doncic is unguardable. He literally has said both of those things out of his mouth about Luka Doncic. If he didn't respect Luka Doncic, he would not say that type of stuff. They are perfectly fine.
Matter of fact, do you remember when Pat Bev was a free agent before he re-signed with the Clippers, and there was rumors that Dallas might be looking at getting him?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all remember the little emojis that Luka and him was sending towards each other, like
Yep.
the little eyeball emojis, like "What's up" type thing? You know, because
Yep.
Pat Bev, one of the teams he wanted to come to was Dallas, and Luka had the little eyeball emoji. So yeah, like Luka likes Pat Bev, man. Like that's he waving by all that. That's competition, man.
Yeah.
Like I played against my best friend before, man. We got heated before, you know what I'm saying? So still love him like a brother. You know what I mean? It's like
it's on the court, man.
It's what it is, man. He don't like him. Bev never said anything bad about Luka. No. He said bad stuff about other players, but never said anything bad about Luka. So yeah.
Yeah, Luka. I think they would love to play on the same team or whatever like that. Like Pat Bev would be here, Luka would love it. That'd be guys that he know competes, and Pat Bev's at a level in his career now. He wants to win championships, and he feels like Luka's one of the best guys. He'd love to play here.
KW said, I think McGee and Wood would be great for us. McGee lob threat, rim protector. Wood can create his own shot and shoot threes, and will buy into the defense and will average 2 blocks a game. I predict. Yeah, because he's long enough, man, to play recovering defense.
I don't think
so. He could definitely be a help side defender, man, along with a guy who can protect the rim. We're gonna have a lot of length back there. That should help us out.
I don't think Wood gets 2 blocks a game though. If he plays with McGee a lot, I think McGee will get the blocks.
Yeah, I don't know about 2 blocks, but I think he'll be a way better defender because he's long enough.
He'll get his 1 block a game, but the only thing that really bothers me, I keep saying, I just hope Christian Wood doesn't get lazy. It seems like he's not from all the stuff he's saying, but him playing the 4, I just hope he doesn't get lazy. Like you can't get lazy, fall back, and just fall in love with shooting threes. Don't just fall in love with shooting threes. Like I know you can be good at them and it's okay, but don't fall in love with it. Like I need you still moving and getting to the rim because you're good at getting to the rim.
From what Christian Wood game, from what I've seen from Christian Wood game, it looks like he is I'm going to go to the basket first guy before the 3. I think the 3 is kind of like his fallback just in case he can't get to the basket.
But I feel like he was the big man,
a lot of the highlights
right?
I've been seeing, like big man for Houston. I think he played the 4 in Houston. Seguin was Seguin or whatever his name was the 5. But like here, he's gonna be more of a perimeter guy. He's gonna be more of a wing guy, like a longer wing.
Yeah.
And so him playing the 4, like I said, it's gonna give him freedom to be able to put the ball on the floor, go get his own buckets and all that stuff. So I think he will still try to go to the basket. Because remember how Dirk was back in the day? You had a small on you post him up. You had a big on him, you go around him. And a lot of players I've seen when they had bigs on them, he just go right around them into the basket. So with Dallas on the team with weapons like, okay,
I was gonna say Houston traded him. You could have kept going. Houston traded him because they wanted to get Shingood or whatever him more opportunity, correct? Because it wasn't working.
Traded him because they pretty much they traded him because for one, they're not going to sign him back. Yeah. He had 1 year left.
They traded him because
Houston's going in a completely different direction.
Yeah, but
they pretty much traded him to get something back for him, right? And then to kind of free cash space, get something back, all that type of stuff. And he kind of wanted to move on himself. He's been wanting to go to some kind of team where he can get some actual, contention for a playoff spot or a championship or whatever, which is why he went to Houston originally. He thought that, James Harden, those guys are going to still be there. He signed a dotted line. They like, yep, I'm out, chunk of deuce. Yeah, and so now, him coming to Dallas, he feel like he'll get a better situation than he did in Houston. I think it was all about the situation because
I'm just like Houston didn't give up much for him though. Like Houston didn't get much to give him up 1. 2, he's only 26, as we talked about, or whatever, 25, 26, which means he's pretty young. So it's not like he's way off. Like you can say, man, he's out of the way of these youngsters and all that. Like he could have just been the older guy on the team as far as being 26. They gave him up for basically nothing. So I'm like, I've heard rumors that it's because they believe in Shingood, or something like. I feel
probably
like
so. They only like 22 or 23?
Yeah, they believe he actually has skill. I remember when we were playing against him, Derek Harper and them we're going off on him, saying I like him, he's a good guy, and he has skill and all that. So I think because Christian Wood likes to get to the rim, as we said, you usually can't have two guys that like to get to the rim in this type of NBA at the same time. So it stopped Shingood or whatever his play from being the best it could because you had to let Christian Wood get to the rim. Now what I'm saying is that if you have JaVale McGee being the rim guy exclusively, there's no other role for JaVale McGee other than a rim guy. Christian Wood might get lazy and fall back then into becoming just a shooter. And that's what Anthony Davis got in love with doing. At some points, people were getting mad saying, hey, man, you got to get back to the rim and all. I don't want him to get lazy, and I'm hoping he doesn't do that.
That's a good point. Did I read that? Oh.
Yes, you read that one.
Michael says, if I'm Dallas, I'm monitoring the Jaylen Brown situation. He sounded mad, disgruntled. He's the prototype number 2. Yep. Yeah. I heard it's kind of funny you said that, Michael, because that's what Tim McMahon was talking about. I didn't even notice, Boston. We don't follow Boston like that, so I didn't know this. But he has not been happy the last maybe like 2 years so far. And it's already been talks that as soon as his contract is up, he's gone anyway, which is why you've been hearing his name in trades. Because if they get him while his value is high, trade for him right now and get something for him right now because he's not going to sign back with us. And, but, a lot of that had to do, too, with the fact that they kept throwing his name in trades and stuff like that in previous trades. Not just this trade, but in previous trades and stuff. He's feeling disrespected over there, man, in Boston. And they said that he could be a value commodity, man, in 23. So, yeah, that's definitely something you should keep your eye on.
23 is – hold up. 23 is a free agent, you said?
Is 22, 23? Oh, 23, 24.
Jaylen Brown's a free agent next year?
I think it's 23, 24.
This is 22, 23. Yeah, so next year, right? That would be
next year. 22, 23?
Yeah. You saying Jaylen Brown is really?
I can't remember. I can't remember 22, 23 or 23, 24.
Bro, if it's 20, if it's 20,
either way,
you saying after 20? So okay. You're saying not after the 22, 23 year. You think it might be after 23, 24 year?
Yeah. Either one of those. But I know it's real close. Well, maybe he signed that extension like a few years back or whatever.
With it being 2 years remaining, I don't know. I think it'll be harder for the Mavs to get him because if he's that disgruntled, they'll probably just trade him for KD. If he really doesn't want to play there, then
they get something for him now. Then they'll trade him. So they'll be like, okay, we'll just wait and let you go to free agency.
Yeah,
he's worth something. Now we'll get something back for you.
See for Kevin Durant, and if you don't want to play here, I doubt they'll hold on to him to say, okay, we'll trade you to Dallas now for whatever Dallas has. We don't have much that they're going to want. So if they can get KD right now, then you trade him for KD and get him out of there. Unless Brooklyn then turns around and wants to rebuild and then trades him to us. Brooklyn might do that. Now it might be after the KD trade you may want to look for him. If they get rid of Kyrie. Because I've heard that the reason that the Kyrie and the Russell Westbrook trade isn't going down is because they still have KD. If KD gets traded, then that Kyrie trade basically probably is going to be done. That Kyrie Russell Westbrook trade.
I thought it was because that the Lakers won't throw that extra first round in.
No, I know they keep saying that. What I'm telling you is that I don't think if KD stays on the Nets aren't trading for Russell Westbrook. That's what I'm saying to you. I don't think they're going to bring Russell Westbrook to come back and play with Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant left them before. I don't think they do that. So what I'm saying is that the trade talk is we're just filling it out right now between the Lakers and the Nets, I think. I don't think neither one of them are really going to pull the trigger yet until the KD domino falls. Right. That's why the Lakers also haven't traded yet for a Buddy Hield or something because they don't want to give up that asset and them pieces that they think might work for Kyrie Irving as well. So I think it's the whole situation like that. I think the KD tower is the big tower. Once KD falls, then everything just going to start falling down the line. So the thing is, KD is holding up free agency right now because he may not even get traded. Nobody knows.
Johnny B said, "What's y'all's 5 off the bench to play consistent minutes?"
The White Power,
of course. Oh God, what was his name out there? Tim, Reggie, Maxey are 3, Josh.
Oh, you saying five, like 5 guys off the bench. I got you. I thought you meant 5, like the 5. All right, 5 guys. I got you. Keep going.
I guess the White Pal.
Yeah, it's gonna be Dwight Powell. Dwight Powell, Maxey, Tim, Reggie, and
Josh.
Josh Green. Yeah, there's no point guard. I can't say Jaden Hardy over Josh Green. It's not gonna be Jaden Hardy. I don't think they want to play. I don't think they really want to play Frank Ntilikina over Josh Green. So it's like, how do you put Josh Green in the mix-up? How does he get involved? Put Spencer Dinwiddie on the bench and let Josh Green start. But who am I?
All right, let's see. Pavel says, if Josh Green makes a big step and surprises everyone to become a reliable ball scorer, do the ball handler by trade deadline. I second Micah on Jalen.
Yeah, everybody wants Jalen.
We just have to see how how it plays out. We have to see how it plays out.
I think we still need one, bro.
We can say no right now, but then he'll play a different type of role for the team, and we'll still be saying like we need that ball handler or whatever. But we'll have to probably just see.
You think Josh Green will be a point guard?
I don't know. I don't know if Key to put him at point.
Do you think he can play point?
I think I don't know.
I don't think he's a point guard. So yes, we need another guy. That's my answer.
I just want to see what his off season, and with him getting more time, I want to see it play out for her to see how he looks before we start making decisions on you this or do that. We don't know. We don't have anything to bank off of yet.
Bradley Beal is a playmaker. CJ McCollum is a playmaker. These guys are playmakers. Steph Curry is even a playmaker. They aren't point guards though. That's what I feel like. We have no point guard off the bench, is what I feel like. There's nobody to play point. So that's the guy you really want to set guys up. You can have a 2-guard playing it. That's like when Devin Booker was playing point guard. Devin Booker can do it and play it and give you and playmaking all for you, but he's not really a point guard. That's not his position. I don't think Josh Green is a point guard, unless I'm going to be pleasantly surprised and it's like, oh, he's a point guard out of nowhere. But I think we need another ball handler.
I was saying he might surprise us. I just want to see how he plays first. Maybe he can fit a certain role like that, like a B, like that, like you said, like a 0.2. Is that such thing as a 0.2?
So you saying basically like a Bradley Beal,
a 0.3? We say a 0.3.
You were just saying a couple videos. You were just saying a couple videos ago you don't trust his dribbling. Now we want him to be a point guard.
No, I didn't say I wanted to be a guy.
You saying let him see?
I just said let's see what he does before we start putting labels on him being a point guard. I said let's see first because they've been saying he's been working on his game, working on his shot, working on his handles. Let's see what he do. Let's see how this plays out for the year, and then we can kind of throw a label on him and see what he do.
Man, Tim
now, if he can pass the ball a little bit or whatever, I put him at the 2. You talk as far as him putting him at the point guard. I don't right now. I say no, but let's just see because he's been working on his game and
Tim Hardaway been working on his game.
You know they got a little article. They got little articles. They've been in the. They say he's been in the lab.
I got lab.
What
I'm saying is y'all saying y'all making it like y'all expect. I don't expect Josh Green to make that much of a leap. Like y'all talking making this guy a point guard.
No. I'm not. I didn't say he's making a leap or not.
No.
I'm still on the fact that I'm saying let's see what he does for.
I got you. Now listen,
when we start putting labels and saying that he's gonna do this and do that.
I
need to see it first. My motto.
The number one guy on the Josh Green fan bandwagon or whatever. You know it.
I know. I see the poster back there in the back, man.
I do not. I wish he was on the poster, but I do not think Josh Green going to jump into no point guard position next year. There is no opportunity, no universe where that happens. I don't feel like. So I'll give you another example. I was trying to say Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. went home and worked on his handles. That last year before. 2 years ago or last year, whatever it was, and he started getting to the rim a little bit more. He's still not a guy where you like, man, let him go be the ball handler and set guys up and all. That's a huge step to say go ahead and take it in the offseason. That does not happen, and I do not think Josh Green will be a point guard come next year. Like that, y'all ask. That's wild. I wish it could work like that. Then Tim Hardaway Jr. on our team, give him the handles. I'd rather him have the handles.
So you're saying they can't? So you saying he can't make those league do on NBA Live. Remember how you played career mode on NBA
Oh
Live,
yeah,
bro, and then
get the
like your player
get the stats up
stuff
every
be
year.
boosting up like to a
This
5 and a 6, and all of a sudden now he got handled. All of a sudden that next
this
year,
this ain't NBA Live with Josh Green come on the court and just start banging it between his legs real quick, and I'm like, oh, what is
like
this
you
Josh
start
Green?
doing that like you do that little off season routine thing,
Yep.
bro, on there. Now so you look
He,
at your stuff. Okay,
he ain't
his
going that
handles
hard.
went up 5. He jump shot went down 1 or whatever.
I got this year. Y'all
That'd
talking
be
about
nice.
him being better. Y'all think Josh Green be better than Desmond Bain in them next year? Like that's probably not going to happen next year. He might get on par with them. Like
Man, if he Desmond Bain,
hold up, but Desmond Bain not even a great like dribbler of the ball. Like that's like saying you don't think he wants to dribble the ball a little better. If that's the case and you can get that good that quick, he should get point guard dribbling ability this offseason. Like he can be a point guard come next year. That's no, I don't got Josh Green going that hard. Now I do
like
think he's a playmaker.
if he can make it to Desmond Bain's level from this season, I'll be like, man, okay.
And I think that's
Maybe
the
you
two
definitely
guard
in the
position.
rotation.
I think that's the 2 guard position. I think he'll be a regular part of
two-guard.
the rotation, and I think he's going to be a 2 guard. I think that's what Josh Green's role is going to be.
Yeah, I think he'll be a 2-guard. He'll be between 2 and the 3. Smarto says European culture is different. He said we grow up drinking and knowing how to handle it early on. He said I drank my first beer at 14 with my father, and it's legal to drink beer in a bar at the age of 16.
Yep.
Dang. So he's saying Luka been drinking. They had beer in his bottle, man, when he's a baby.
Basically,
just to get him ready for this moment.
You know, it's technically legal for you to drink underage here, as long as you have your guardian that allows you to drink it. Don't tell nobody that. That's pretty crazy, but that's technically a law. Like if you go to a restaurant, you can actually get your child a drink.
Bro, you trying to get arrested, bro?
It's frowned upon, but you can't get arrested for it.
He said I can do this.
I'm telling you, look it up. I ain't telling you.
Come on,
Google it. It's a law.
Slam on the car with the cams over him. But King said, no, it's okay. We got you. Don't worry about this. Kato says, what do you guys think of Tyler Dorsey? He said people say he's a bucket, a dog, he can defend, but let's be realistic. He probably will not play much, if any. Yeah, he probably not going to play that much, K-Dub. If he's named out 5 guys off the bench, it's going to be probably getting playing time over him. So he's a 2-way guy. So you're not looking to get a lot of shine this year. They're just looking at 2 ways of pretty much guys like, yo, we see potential in this guy. Let's keep him. And if we got anything, we can get anything out of him, then we'll sign him. Kind of like how we did Theo Pinson. You know what I'm saying? Well, Theo Pinson was a different situation, but yeah, that's all 2-way guys are. It's not saying, he's on our roster, but he's not on our roster, if that makes sense.
I think at the best, he'd be like Frank Ntilikina of last year. That's the best case. He'd do something.
I think he got a more of a scoring mind frame than Frank do, though.
He might have more of a scoring mind frame, but he won't get that many opportunities to score.
Yeah. Micah says, y'all see the article Trigg put out about the guy in the G League averaging damn near 30 on 55, 43, 90 splits. Nah, I don't know who that. I didn't see that.
Man, it would probably be an article on ESPN if he was that good. But that's some serious numbers.
He'd be on somebody's team right now if he was that good. Yeah. He said, K-Dub says, would Kid want Bev though?
Yeah.
I think he would. Yeah, I think he would. I don't see why he wouldn't.
He plays defense and plays a role. That's Kid's type of players.
Exactly. He loved defense.
Yeah.
He was a great defender.
And Pat Bev not a horrible shooter anymore. The add-on to you.
Pat Bev can shoot. Yeah, he's like 37, 38, 39%. Mm-hmm. K-Dub says Wood played both the 4 and the 5 with the Rockets, so he can play both power forward and center. Yeah, he's gonna probably play majority center when because McGee's not gonna play a lot of minutes. Like he might start at the 4, but he'll finish at the 5. I
told y'all it's great value, like Johnny B said before. It's great value. Anthony Davis. They're basically gonna run him like they did with JaVale McGee.
He said Dollar Tree.
Oh yeah.
He said sales clearance. He said clearance aisle Dollar Tree. Anthony Davis, what Johnny B said. Johnny B says, King, you shouldn't be worried about another ball handler or wing in the playoffs when you got future
Finals MVP
Josh Green on the roster.
And guess what, Johnny? You just put that in the air, and that's probably going to happen. We're going to have one of those years where another guy wins Finals MVP on our team, and it's going to be a Josh Green just for you. I'm going to make sure when that happens, I'm going to get you the T-shirt too, Johnny B. I got you with the T-shirt when it happens.
Well, Johnny B did not like Josh Green, bro. Marquis says, I like that hat, real. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Well,
I keep pumping that
he
man up.
says, who's it? Kata says, did you guys see the weight clause in Zion's contract? He said max 295 he can be.
Yeah, I think it's adding between his weight and his body fat percentage. Like, he can only get up to 295. If he gets higher than that, then he doesn't get his money.
I mean,
that means he was really over 300, man.
We saw that happening too. There's gonna be some stipulations in this weight thing, bro. Because
Zion was really over 300,
your weight got to be a certain amount.
Zion was really. That means he was really over 300.
Like when they didn't say he was like 310 or something.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that means that was real. Like, you know how they sometimes exaggerate and say there are reports that he came into camp this and this. That shows you that he really was over 300 pounds. That's wild.
K-Dell says Wood would be a 5 for us in the end of the game. Yeah, that's what I just said. Unless we play Cat and Colbert, then it would be Wood and McGee. Yeah, that's what I pretty much said too.
JaVale McGee is going to play the Dwight Powell role. So the same way Dwight Powell played minutes last year, but we were like, why is he even playing these minutes? He's going to get the small minutes Dwight Powell got, the 20 minutes probably a game, but he's going to be a better version of Dwight Powell in those minutes.
Yes. Smato says Seguin just turned 20. Okay, so yeah, he is. He said they have 10 years old Smith. Rockets giving those two as much minutes as possible. Yeah. He said so they didn't want Wood as a 30-minute guy taking up the minutes.
Well, he only 26.
Taking up the minutes from those two.
I guess he didn't want to be there and it was like a cancer in the locker room. But I feel like you make that better with a talent. I don't know. Screw it. We got him now. I don't even care.
Exactly. Appreciate you, Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
My brother-in-law. K-Dub said, I still won't turn the guys. Let's get him for Bertans, Powell, and maybe a second-round pick. We good.
I mean, I do that.
I'm good on him.
I do it for that.
To get rid of Buddy Hield.
Oh, they're not doing that. They're not doing it. We got to give it a first-rounder. I think a first-rounder.
All y'all got to do is say, get rid of Bertans around King, and he just...
Yeah, I'm about ready.
Like a kid in a candy store. You say, who get rid of who now?
You see, they had a list. Hold on, before we keep going, they had a list of the 5 worst contracts in the NBA right now. And Bertans was on it. He was number 5.
Yeah, I saw that, but I lost it, bro. I was trying to find it.
He was number 5. He could have been number 1, tell you number 2, but he's number 5 on it.
Yeah, I was trying to look at it. I couldn't find it because you had reminded me when you said it. You told me about it. I was like, dang,
he was the only guy on the list that basically didn't have a max contract. They say he's only worth like $4 million on a team. Based off of what his production is, he should be getting $4 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Marquise also said, bro, people are overreacting to Gobert trade. The Nets should pull the trigger on a Brown, Smart, or White and Grant Williams and 2 first-round picks for a 34-year-old K right now. Yeah, that's what they was. Man, I was looking at the Ringer the other day. A couple of those shows on there were saying that same thing. It's like, man, that whole Gobert thing just warped everybody's perception of how, like, oh, if he got this, then he should get this. It's like, no, man, you take the trade for his value, for his face value for that trade. Don't compare that trade to another trade. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're doing. It's like, oh, Gobert got 155, first round picks. KD should get 255 first round picks. Like, that's not, no. You just take that trade for its value that's sitting in front of you right now. Just that trade. Don't compare it to another trade.
They might get
different
one
circumstances for those trades.
But the thing with Boston though is that Boston plays for championships like the Lakers did. So they can play for one championship. So draft picks don't mean as much because they're supposed to get one. So I do think if they traded I would trade the Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart for KD in the draft picks. You're going to give up draft picks either way. I don't think draft picks aren't going to be involved. And I think then the goal just becomes KD has to win a championship within the next 2 years. And then we find out about the future, about what we can do with the rest of the team, because it's going to hurt their team in the long run, no matter what. Getting KD, whatever team gets Kevin Durant, it's going to hurt their team in the long run. But it's about mortgaging your future for basically a championship right now. So it's the Celtics are a prestige franchise which tries to stay ahead of the Lakers, and they want to get back ahead of the Lakers. So they would do it in the hopes that, like I said, KD would get them one either this year or next year with Malcolm Brogdon and all. But if they don't get one within 2 years, It's over. That's basically what whoever trades for KD, I'm dead serious. If they don't get it within 2 years, it's basically a wrap. You've screwed, or you are screwed.
Okay, Doug says Woods coming off the bench. Kid
never said that, Christian.
Kid never said that. Kid Doug.
He never said that.
The only thing he said was Spencer was starting and JaVale McGee was starting. He never said he was coming off the bench. Yeah. Frank said that too. He said when did he say that? He didn't say that, Frank. Kid didn't say that. Hey Melissa, he said, "Hey guys, what do you think about a Jalen Brunson for Kevin Durant trade?" Yeah, what King was just talking about, Melissa. He said he'll do that in a heartbeat.
No, I didn't. I said the Celtics are probably going to do it to get one championship to try because it's going to put them closer. I mean, I truthfully don't do it. I stay with the same team and try. You just got Malcolm Brogdon, and you were in the finals. You just screwed up by
Malcolm Brogdon and Gallinaro.
Yeah, like you just screwed up by putting that you just probably screwed your chance of the championship by dangling Jaylen Brown's name around KD. You made the Boston Celtics may have truthfully just did that. Real talk.
Facts. Johnny B says, even though I hate Pat Bev, not as much as you hate Draymond. I can stand both of them. He said, but the more I hear, the more I like it. Yeah. I don't like both of them, Johnny, but like I told you in Spaces, I don't like both of them, but I take Pat Bev right now. I'm looking at the fact that, like I said, he fills two holes, and you see the impact he does on defense as far as elevating the team around him. And you got two great perimeter defenders, and then you got that defensive big in the back. That's going to make those guys better on defense. And so you saw what he did for Minnesota. Just imagine what he'll do for this team, who already was a good defensive team. So, that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, Ralph hates Draymond. I don't know why. Draymond, one of the greatest defenders of all time, and the engine, the playmaking energy on one of the greatest offensive dynasties of all time and defensive dynasties of all time. He's the engine for both of that. So, I just don't like his antics at times. But yeah, I definitely take Pat Bev over Johnny.
Marquis says that people gauge everything by the Gobert trade. Other stars will never be traded because no one thinks that was worth it. That's why Mitchell hasn't been traded. Ainge trying to get more. Yeah, that's what we were saying, Marquis. That's what I was just saying a minute ago. Like you can't gauge those trades, man, off of a previous trade. You're right. That's what people are reporting. The Brian Windhorses, the Wojs, all these guys are reporting that same thing. It's like, oh well, because in the first thing they'll be saying is like, oh well, Rudy Gobert got 5 first-round picks, then that means that this person got to get 6 or 7 first-round picks, like you said with the Mitchell. That's why Mitchell hasn't been traded yet because they figured I got this much for Rudy Gobert, then I got to get that much for Donovan Mitchell. And it's like, no, you take each trade at its value separately. You don't compare that to another trade because, like you said, in that case, then nobody gets traded. Because anybody that's sitting around, there's not a lot of teams sitting down with 7 or 8 draft picks. It's a reason why New York's name was the only name to come up in that trade because they're only ones who have that amount of draft picks to give away. And so it's just like you thinking that way, you're gonna hurt your team in the long run, and also other teams who want to trade a player that they can't trade a player because people gonna be like, no, you gotta give up 8 or 9 first round picks for him or whatever. So yeah, I agree, man. King said, nah, he want 10 first round picks for Donovan Mitchell.
That's what they're gonna get from the Knicks. The Knicks gonna give him 10. The Knicks gonna give him 10.
And that's the thing. The Knicks have the capital, but they don't want to give up that much capital for him. Just like he said, like he was just saying, like the Jazz is thinking is like, oh, okay, well, if we got this much for Rudy, like not thinking that the reason why Minnesota did that because Minnesota really wanted to make a shakeup for their team, so they would do anything to do that. Yeah. So that's why they gave that up. Just like with Oklahoma, when the Clippers. When they gave up like them 7 draft picks for Paul George, now understanding that the Clippers were desperate, they really needed something. They try to make a name for themselves in LA. They try to put their stamp on the city, the league, all that stuff. So let's get this guy. Also, too, they were trying to get Kawhi Leonard, and that was out of desperation. Like, well, Kawhi said he's not gonna come over here unless we get this guy. So just get him everything, get that guy over here, and we'll figure it out after that. So that's why those teams were making those trades, not because like, oh, he's valued at this. Like, no, we're desperate. Let's give him everything. Get this guy in here. K-Dub says Kid might want to do a Wood and McGee like Davis and McGee in LA. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
yeah.
What they're doing. Remember, Kid was over there when they were doing it. Logan said, "Do you guys believe that the NBA is scripted, like rigged or something, or that a lie made up?"
Y'all gonna get my
I got
y'all
some
gonna get my
opinions, but I don't.
y'all gonna get my credibility taken answering that question. I'm gonna answer it like this. I don't think it's scripted. I do think at times it's swayed, if that makes sense, or folks may try to sway it at times. It's
Mm-hmm.
been examples that have been shown, like the Tim Donaghy. That example, like that playoffs back in 2006, that was, I feel like, a time when it was just like to the extreme. Like you could look at it and see something was going on. But I do
Yeah,
think I know there's conversations about the even the what is it, the draft lateral being rigged for the Knicks back in the day with Pat Ewing and stuff
except when
like
the
that,
car was
or when it was
bent
supposedly
on the edge, and
frozen.
everybody
They
knew
said
it.
they froze it or whatever, like they put it in the freezer and then he took it out and he could tell it was the one or whatever, a whole bunch of things. But I don't think it's scripted. I think it's hard to have guys that are actually professional athletes out there playing and script the stuff they're doing. But I do think sometimes it's swayed or tried to be swayed in certain ways, and that's as far as I'll go.
Yeah, I had this type of talk with my pops before for years, but yeah, I agree. Johnny says I think that Wood and McGee will average 4 blocks between the two. Man, that'd
I
be
hope so.
nice. If
Yeah,
and that'd be terrific. RC says not the Josh Green T. He said I'm here for it. He said Josh Green for Finals MVP. Yeah,
that'd be
King for it too,
awesome.
man.
That'd be awesome.
He can get
If we get a bunch of championships and like Josh Green is on the team, I wouldn't mind the guys getting Finals MVPs.
hard. Harold says Jalen Brown more consistent than Jason Tatum. He was in the finals for sure.
Don't tell them that. That's
He was a consistent guy.
Jason Tatum too stuck up on trying to be Kobe. A lot of players get stuck in that mindset. I'm like, you got to chill with that. Jalen Brown is more of an all around guy. Jalen Brown's a beast.
I think Jalen Brown be perfect for us.
Jalen Brown like
He fits
Scottie
a
Pippen,
lot
man.
of what we need.
Jalen Brown's awesome.
Yeah. That's probably it, King. Man, we definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us, man, for another one, guys. We definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Listen, guys, if you're new to the channel, guys, go ahead and do us a huge favor, guys, and hit that subscribe button, guys. We're definitely trying to grow our channel, continue to grow our channel on our way to our first 1,000. We're almost there, guys. We're less than 300 away. So we definitely appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button to help us get to our first goal. Also, guys, if you enjoyed the content, go ahead and hit that like button, guys. That would go out a long way, too. Also, to help us build up our algorithm to reach other Mav fans. Because I know a lot of people always hit us up and say, man, I found y'all because I typed in Dallas Mavericks and y'all are right there. So that would definitely help us out a lot, too, guys. Also, guys, you can follow our socials right here at the bottom. You see right here up under me, you got We Talk _Mavs at Instagram, and We Talk Mavs all one word on Twitter. It's important that you follow us on Twitter because me and King are very active on there. Also, we have our little mini show that we have on Sundays. RP Whitney. We have our mini shows on Sundays on our Twitter, on Twitter Spaces at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, guys. So follow us on there and join us for our Twitter show that we have. Also, am I missing anything, King?
Share, and more share. And as I said earlier, please listen to us and follow us as well on all your favorite streaming platforms.
Yes. One thing, too. And I think that's probably it, King. With all that being said, guys, listen, guys, it is your boy, Real. And have my boy King on with me, man. You already know how it is. He got the Josh Green authentic jersey on the way, guys. He got it on the way. So, guys, we'll be back here on Sunday. On not back here. Sorry, we will on Spaces on Sunday, guys, at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So you guys can join us there with us on there. We talk Mavs on there, and we'll be back on Tuesday here at 10:30 p.m. Got the same map time, same map channel. With all that being said, guys, we out.